Finals day concluded at the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill, and what an epic edition of this iconic event it's been. It's the Corona Cero post show. We'll be talking through our champions, their paths to the final. We'll be looking forward to what else is coming up in South Africa, namely at J-Bay in the next week or so. What an event it's been. Have we had fun or what? You guys, let's say cheers. What a moment,
cheers,
what a
guys.
day, what a week. Cheers. What a sick couple of finals we had.
Oh, I mean, what an event we had. There was so many different storylines. It felt like it was kind of a roller coaster. Then we had all these underdogs come through, and I love the Challenger Series and events like this because you actually never know what you're going to get in each event, and just the way that the storyline unfolded of Luke Thompson here, the local boy, winning in front of a local crowd. I mean, there's not much more you can really ask for.
Yeah, relatively early on, Greg, we knew we were going to get a new winner here, and some people would have been hoping that would be Luke Thompson, particularly like all of South Africa. But how good is to see it actually unfold and actually happen, and he's been absolutely class, well worthy of his victory.
Pure class. He's surfed so well through this event, and a massive victory for not only Luke Thompson, but for South African surfing. It's going to be huge. The boys all cheered him up. George Pittar as well, stand out through the event. I mean, we just had a matchup of the two best surfers in competition. The final, yes, a bit slow, not a huge scoring final, but Luke Thompson, he won't look at those numbers. He's going to look at the trophy, right? He's the champion.
Well, the journey to the final, it was a storied one. We'll have a look and see exactly how Luke Thompson got it done, and he had to get past real quality surfers. That quarter, crucially, against Eli Hanneman, you just felt like when he got that particular heat done and he got that win, you knew you were on the verge of something special here, Jess.
Yeah, and he looked really convincing in that one as well. Just his strength, his stature, his power in his surfing. It seemed like he clicked into another gear in that quarterfinal. And Eli, I mean, he was really impressive thinking back to his round of 16. And I remember chatting to Luke, and he was like, I know this is going to be a big one, this quarterfinal. And then he went on, had a similar kind of situation with Oscar Berry, where they're two pretty similar surfers. They actually approach heats in very similar ways. And I feel like, yeah, probably from that quarterfinal onwards, it was pretty much game time for Luke Thompson.
For sure. And in the semis, he just also had a bit of a slower start, but then built and got some seriously big scores through that semi-finals. As we see here, a couple of big turns just opening up, nice clean faces, so much spray coming off his board. And this was towards the back half of that semi-final, and then he found this wave right in the dying minutes to really hammer it home and really look at this, the emotion. He knew he's going into the finals. He has a shot at the title here.
Just the way he was drawing out his bottom turns had that little bit extra in them as well. And then straight into this to start off the final. I mean, finding that amount of cover up, and that was a really hollow barrel as well. And then here, this was the moment where he knew he had to push hard to win this final. Just perfectly teed off on two turns there. Got himself the score by like 0.1 as well, and got himself the win. So Luke had to do what he did to convert and take home the trophy. And I love seeing Dan, Connor and Luke cheer him up the beach. Not only are they his competitors here, he's grown up competing against them his whole junior career, but they're his best mates as well. And I think this is just such a big moment for them as a group. And I think when we come back for the US Open, watch them all try and lift as well. For
sure. And, you know, the talking point is, you know, two South Africans will get that the ratings, but two South Africans probably in the top 4. I'm not sure where Maddie McGillivray will enter. He was top 3, but anyway, that's a huge talking point for our surfers, and they're going to feel so good. And just the way they've supported Luke here, and this one's going to drive them and lift them up as they go into the US Open.
And also, what a great warm-up into J-Bay, because we know Luke got the wild card into Jeffreys Bay, and I mean, the momentum that he can take from this into that and see how he goes up against the best in the world at a wave that he's so used to knowing. I mean, this is the perfect warm-up to go into J-Bay for Luke.
Absolutely, and I'm glad to hear that Luke's trying to actually get to J-Bay today. I think it's a good thing that he stays and has one night with his mates, but he wants to get there by tomorrow. J-Bay's a different type of wave. It's a fast wave down the line. He needs to get there and get into it. Plenty of swell coming into the weekend. It could be a quick start there, so he'll have to reset quite quickly. after a good time tonight.
New list. Best possible reasons to miss a flight to J-Bay? A win on the Challenge Series.
It's pretty high up on the list, isn't it? You'd take it. I mean, you've got to celebrate your wins and just the hard work that goes into those wins as well. And all of his mates are here. He started surfing 30 minutes down the road. I mean, it makes sense for him to stay a night, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, "Nah, I've got to get to J-Bay," just start to lock in. But who knows? I mean, he deserves whatever decision he makes.
Yeah, wins are huge moments, aren't they, in your career? I mean, when you look back, Greg, and you think, like, it's only there's so many good surfers out there, so much quality. To get a moment like this, it'd be really cool for him to savour that. Of course, we've already seen him surf there as a wild card back in 2022. That's the first time I'd really seen much of him surf. I thought he absolutely ripped there. He came in, he was real young then. Couple more years now, a bit more maturity, maybe a bit more strength as well to his surfing. Can't wait to see what he can do.
I was going to say that his size and how he's grown into himself, his maturity on those J-Bay walls are going to look fantastic. Obviously, the momentum from this event and no pressure. He's going to be seriously dangerous out there. I can't wait to see it. And he's going to want to show the CT guys, hey guys, this is what's coming next year. Be warned.
Love it. What a story that is for South African surfing, for our champ, Luke Thompson. Let's pivot over, check out the final bracket for the women. It ended up to be an all-Euro final, and a couple of surfers with plenty of spray and heavy turns, but they had to get past some heavy opponents as well. There's a lot of quality in the quarters draw here, Jess, and a real diverse field as well. There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we had some veterans, we had some young up-and-comers, we had some dark horses like Talia Swindle and Laura Rupp, but for me, I really feel like Nadia, she found her form in the round of 32 and then just continued that all the way through to the final. I mean, it was in that moment where she found that 8-point ride that it just felt like something was different. This was pretty big in her semi-final. Had to take down Sally Fitzgibbons, who was looking super in form, went excellent on those two turns here for Nadia, and she just was so impeccable with her timing on these walls and just was clicking them so perfectly on her backhand, dealing with an injury as well, and coming off the tour, not really getting the results she was ever looking for, and then straight into a win. This is big confidence for Nadia.
Yeah, and just solid surfing into the finals. She started with that big wave and a big maneuver, and just really focusing on those big backhand turns. She kept building that scoreline in that final, and that's, I think, where Yolanda got a little bit stuck. She had the best wave of the final, but she didn't build on her scoreline. She sort of sat with priority for a long time, needing a smallish score, and Nadia just kept edging that lead, making it a little bit better and better, and she surfed the full 35 minutes, where Yolanda sort of didn't get anything better in the last 15 minutes or so.
Zorionak to Nadia Erostarbe. Big congratulations to her. We sometimes talk as well about personality coming through in surfing. I'm not sure that really quite always rings true. I just think with her, she's got a sort of a humbleness about her that you don't often see, particularly now with athletes, elite athletes. They've almost got to be their own personal brand. It's all about the sort of cult of the individual. I just really think she's so understated. It's quite refreshing to see that, because it's actually something quite unique these days.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she doesn't oversell anything. She's just so openly herself and never needs to push harder than she does, because she's so just elegant in the way that she holds herself as a person and as a competitor and as a surfer as well. And so Nadia, I feel like this is a win that came at a really great time for her in her career, knowing that she can get these wins on this level and then challenge once she makes that championship tour as well. So 2 Challenger Series events, 2 European female champions. So that's a good start for the European females.
Yeah, just a word on Yo-Yo as well. Another unique character and that kind of new energy as well. And like the sport, it's all about the performance and what people do in our ways, but we do need those personalities. And it's great to see her going so well out here as well. She'll be disappointed with what she got done. Never made a heat hit in the past as well. So a brilliant result for her. And yeah, go the Euros. Yeah, Jess.
Go the Euros, Paul. I mean, she was looking in form all event.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to that final. She got the 7-6-7 on, she beautiful opening turn and then that heavy hitting landing. I think if she had ridden out of that turn, that final turn a bit quicker, you know, there was a lot going on. She took a long time to pop out that whitewater. Still dynamic maneuver. If she had sort of come out a bit quicker and looked up at the beach, that would have been up into the excellent. I think that's where the difference was in that heat. But Yolanda, she has been working so hard at this event. She's been down here on the water's edge, the first person every single morning, and her coach John, you know, supporting her, actually not letting her go out too early in the dark on her own, making her wait for another surfer to come and paddle out with her. And she's, you know, she's definitely putting together some good heats, and she's got a lot of belief. I mean, you talk to her, the belief she has in herself is pretty crazy, and she 100% believes she's going to go all the way.
Still early in the season, but after stop 2, here's what we know in terms of our rankings, and absolutely what you want to do is come out as quick and as hard as you can. And we'll see. Kiki Vaselko still on top, went well in this event. She would have lined herself up to go deeper than this. She holds quite high standards for herself. But interesting, obviously, our 2 finalists, Yolanda and Nadia, up there inside that top 4.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really great start. We talk about European females. There's 5 in the top 10. So that's a really incredible start.
4 of the top 5.
4 of the top 5. I mean, it's such a big moment. I feel like they've come out of the gates as this new storm. You know, we talk about the Brazilian storm. Maybe we've got a European storm starting to brew on the Challenger Series now, and it's strong on the women's side. And with Kika still at the top of the rankings, she's going to J-Bay.
Yeah, do you think her and Luke should maybe phone the airlines together and change their flights? Because she can't go home. She's going to J-Bay, right?
She's going to J-Bay.
What a fantastic week we've had here at Ballito. It's been entertaining. It's been something that we've seen airs, we've seen chews, we've seen big turns, and we've seen clutch performances as well. You know you're going to be a worthy winner here in Ballito. We've already talked about how important it is in terms of a career to go all the way, and surfers will ultimately look back at their moment on the podium. Speaking of which, let's go down to that now. We're going to throw to Mike Frew and the awards presentation.
Welcome to the Ballito Pro 2025 presented by O'Neill Awards Prize Giving. We'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather, the Zulu people and their descendants. We recognize their continuing connection to the land and waters and thank them for protecting this coastline and its ecosystems since time immemorial. May we all find ways to walk gently and compassionately on these ancient lands and come to a place where every child ever born is respected, valued, and has a strong sense of belonging. Welcome to the presentation of the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill, the second stop on the 2025 World Surf League Challenger Series. What a pleasure to be back in South Africa, and folks, I think you can agree we couldn't have had a better 2 days for the quarters and finals of competition. Let's just give this whole event a big round of applause. This winter has been a tricky one for KZN. We've only had 2 swells come through so far, and what we were blessed with today has to be one of the best days of the winter so far. A nice new ground swell came up with that pulse yesterday and set the stage for spectacular finals day surfing. I just want to give a special thanks to our event partners, the Kwadukuza Municipality, O'Neill, Corona Cero, Red Bull, SMG Yamaha, and Vodacom. Then also to our environmental partners, WESA, Blue Flag, and Litter for Tokens. Special thank you to the local community here in Ballito. Thank you to all you locals for sharing your waves with us over the last 15 days of the event. With me on the stage here, I have Paul Canning. Paul is the director of O'Neill in South Africa. And then I also have Tasha Mentasti, who is the WSL Africa Regional Director. Without these 2 folks, this event wouldn't happen. Paul, I work with Paul, and he has had his head buried in his office and his computer for the last 6 months putting this event together. And same with Tash, putting all these events on for South African surfers earlier in the event, and then welcoming all the internationals that competed in the Challenger Series. Can I just ask you to give these two folks a massive round of applause? Right, we're going to go into the awards presentation. The 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. If we could have the ladies runner-up. Well done, congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause to Yolanda Hopkins. So, Yolanda, before we give over the Vodacom vouchers and all the rest of the stuff that you're going to have to hold, Tash, if you'd like to just maybe stand next to Yolanda, I'm first going to give her an opportunity just to say a few words.
Hi everybody, thanks so much for the support. I mean, here in South Africa it was pretty incredible. I think it's the best challenger I've done for crowd-wise, so it was really, really emotional for me. I was really happy with my performance and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast.
So that's our 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill Challenger Series. Ladies runner-up, Yolanda Hopkins. Let's just give her another big round of applause. Right, so there's so many prizes that Yolanda's probably not going to be able to carry it. If I could, we'll just let Yolanda take a few photo opportunities there, and then we'll move on to the men's runner-up. Right, folks, let's get into the next, which was the 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill, men's runner-up. This was his first final that he has ever made. His best results up until now was a third place finish. He made the final, and from Australia, taking second place in the 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. Congratulations to George Pittar. So George, before you carry all the prizes away with you, I'm going to just give you an opportunity to also say a few words.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy out there actually. I'm sorry it wasn't the greatest of finals, but even just being out there with Luke and hearing the crowd on the beach, it was pretty insane, the support you guys are putting up for him. And yeah, I don't know, he was getting like, he got like a 5 at the start and you guys were screaming. I thought he got like a 10 in a tube or something. But yeah, I don't know, it's a amazing feeling standing up here and in such a beautiful area like Ballito. I don't know, it's a special place. I've been coming here for a long time, and yeah, thank you so much for coming down, and cheers to all the sponsors and everyone working at the event. It's been epic, so cheers.
So we're going to give George an opportunity to get all the prizes, get a couple of photos taken, and George, great surfing there. It was a huge battle between you and Luke, and while we're getting George's photos taken, I just want to acknowledge the crowd. This is the biggest crowd. We've been running this event since 2019, and I don't remember ever seeing such a big crowd for Finals Day. So thank you to everybody that's come out for this. Awesome, George. Right, so if we could move now on to the ladies winner. The ladies winner for the 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. It was also the first appearance for herself in any final. She's never made a final in the Challenger Series before. Let's have a big Ballito welcome and congratulations to Nadia Erostarbe, the 2025 Ballito Pro champion. Nadia, we're going to give you, before you have to carry everything else as well, there's so many prizes that go with this win. Huge points. Give us your thoughts.
I don't know, I'm really happy to win this event, such a special event. And I had a really rough start this year. I got the wild card on the city and didn't make through a heat, then first challenger, lost first round. So, I don't know, a lot of emotions going on. And it's so amazing to have so many friends around here. And I don't know, thanks to all the crowd who came down, cheer up, all of us, and also everyone at home cheering for us. And thanks Mom and Dad for all the support, and also to all the sponsors. And yeah, thank you.
Big round of applause for our ladies winner. So Nadia Erostarbe taking the win at the Ballito Pro first final, and spectacular surfing on her backhand will allow a bit of photo opportunity, the media going out around the world. And what a spectacular day of surfing we've had here so far in Ballito, culminating in great new groundswell waves, overhead conditions for finals day here in Ballito. Well done, Nadia. Let's give Nadia another big round of applause. Great surfing. Now, we're down to the men's winner of the 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. Those of you that were here in 2017 rather, would remember that he took out the Pro Junior event when he was just 15 years old. This week he celebrated his 21st birthday, and a massive week. He took out the win, your 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill champion from Durban, South Africa. It's Luke Thompson. Yeah, Luke. It's a massive, massive day for you, Luke. Give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Firstly, I just want to say well done to George. He's been ripping this whole year. I dig his surfing. He's so good. And yeah, I was super nervous to go against him. Unfortunately, we didn't really get the final we both probably wanted. But yeah, I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to feel. Lost first round at Newcastle, and I was like, oh, not again, not another year of this. So been here for like a month, been on a strict program with my coach and my trainer, and yeah, it's been a crazy couple days. The support has been unbelievable from all the South Africans. I can't thank you guys enough. Like, yeah, it's fired me up so much throughout this whole week. Extremely proud to be a South African, and yeah, it's been a big week, and I don't even really know what to feel like. I feel like I'm in a dream, and I'm just waiting to wake up. Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable, but yeah, I'm just super grateful, and yeah, thanks South Africa, thank you everyone.
Woo! Well done, Luke. So Luke Thompson, champion in the men's division of the 2025 Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. It's been a fantastic event. As we said, we were blessed with amazing waves on finals day, spectacular surfing. We had some high scores. For everybody that's still down here, the market at the Ballito Pro is still open. We don't stop. The Corona bar is open, and we continue on a festive Sunday. I'm sure there'll be a lot of cold drinks being shared between everyone this evening. Well done to all the competitors. Congratulations to the winners. And back to Paul, you and the crew in the post-show.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Worthy winners there, Nadia and Luke. Absolutely delighted. They'll soak in this moment and enjoy it. Real special memories being created right here in Ballito, and just reveling the fact that you're in a beautiful part of the world and you're winning events, and a bit of cash, points as well, crucially. And the ultimate goal, of course, is getting up there on the ratings and getting qualification done for the CT. So shortly we're going to dive into those men's ratings, but just we've already touched on it. South Africa going pretty well. We talked about that Euro story for the women, but a couple of South Africans lurking with intent there inside the ratings. Greg Emsley.
Yeah, so having a look at it, it's you see Jacob Wilcox still up in number 1. Luke Thompson shooting up the rankings, up to number 2 with the win. George Pittar as well to 3. And then another South African, Matt McGillivray, up to number 4. So huge story for South Africa to come out of the Ballito Pro, and you've got 2 surfers in the top 5. That's massive for the country, and we'll be stoked with that. And yeah, Carly Vast down to 5, Liam O'Brien 6, Oscar down to 7, Jorgen in 8, Ryan's moved down, shifted a bit to 9, and then Winter sitting in 10. So it's a pretty solid looking top 10 right there.
Quite a few Aussie flags in that top 10 still, Jess.
There is. It's something I love most about that rankings is we're seeing a lot of new names, well, names that we know, but new names in that top 10. Thinking of Callie Vast, he was down in the 50th last year. Oscar Berry, Winter Vincent. I mean, we knew we were going to see class from a lot of those surfers coming back from that CT or maybe trying to get back onto that top league. But to see these new names like Luke Thompson, it's exciting. You're not sure where this year's going to go, but if that was the top 10 that we ended up with at the end of the year, I think would be in for a delight for the 2026 tour.
Tell you what we do know about this year.
Tell me.
We've got a new schedule as well. We've mixed things up. We've improved it significantly as well. So adding more events, adding, well, ultimately the best, the scariest wave on the planet, Pipeline, best place for a contest. Also, a couple of visits to Newcastle. So extending it out to 7 events, including Pipe as well. So more quantity, plenty more quality in the Challenger Series.
Absolutely. I mean, I even love the next one that we're going to. We're going over to the States, Huntington Beach. There seems to be that element of prestige at that event as well that we saw with Newcastle and here at Ballito. And I think it just feels like it's revving up and it's ramping up. And if we look towards the end of the year, if we keep going in the trajectory that we are, Pipeline's going to be crazy. And then we're going to be going into Newcastle again to decide who are going to be our championship tour surfers.
And wave-wise, Greg, we've already had a couple of spots with Newcastle was pretty solid there. We've had really solid conditions here, a bit of quality, and I feel like we kind of needed a bit of that. The Changers are delivering this year.
Absolutely. I was going to just touch on that point. Looking at the top 10, what are we seeing? Strapping young lads. It's a big top 10, big surfers with big moves, and I like to see that. You know, we've got big waves. Newcastle had some solid surf. We've seen great solid surf here at Ballito. Maybe it's going to be the year of the big waves, and we've got Pipeline added to it. And maybe it's a good storyline where, you know, surfers that can handle the big juice that we do see on the championship tour are going to be the ones that make it through.
Plenty more talking points yet to come on the Corona Cero post-show. Time for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking forward to the Corona Cero J-Bay Open. Also, the top 5 moments from the Ballito Pro. That's all coming real soon.
Welcome to Kwadukuza, the destination for all seasons. Kwadukuza is not just for thrill seekers, it's a family-orientated destination too. Stunning beaches where sun-kissed sands meet crystal clear waters. Our town has a range of child-friendly offerings that will keep the whole family entertained. For a magical wedding, look no further. Kwadukuza offers exquisite wedding venues that will create memories to last a lifetime. It also shines as an event tourism destination. World-class events like the Ballito Pro, where top surfers ride the waves, Heritage Day, which is used as a cultural celebration of King Shaka's life every year, and the Ballito Big Week, a celebration of music, food, and fun for the whole community. KwaZulu-Natal's a premier conference, strategic planning and team-building destination, which is enabled by its close proximity to King Shaka Airport. Nestled amidst the natural beauty of South Africa's east coast, Kwadukuza offers a truly captivating setting for your next corporate event. Kwadukuza, the heartbeat of the North Coast, invites you to explore its beaches, enjoy thrilling adventures, create family memories, celebrate love, and discover its rich heritage. Start planning your unforgettable journey to Kwadukuza today.
Beautiful. Ballito has shone for us this week. It's time to look forward as well to one of the truly iconic surf spots on the planet. The Corona Cero Open J-Bay kicks off next week. July 11th will be our first call. What a time of year to be in this part of the world. How frothing are we to be heading to J-Bay, Jess?
I cannot wait. I mean, I think J-Bay is on every single person's dream list of places to go to surf that wave and just appreciate it. I think more than anything, it's such a crazy wave and it's all natural and it's definitely, I don't know, I'm fizzing. I'm really excited.
Yeah, unique for lots of ways. We talk about how perfect the wave is. There's quite a bit more to it than that, Greg. Just tell us exactly about J-Bay, why it's become so special, why so many elite pro surfers cite it as their favourite wave.
Well, it's the best right-hand point break in the world. It's a heavy wave with a lot of water moving. It's got a big wall. It's very demanding. You need maximum speed, first of all, to surf that wave. You need positioning that's flawless. You need to be able to really put it on the rail, those big single bottom turns into the big top turn combinations. You need to know when you can turn and when you need to race. That's very important. And when you are turning, get up in that lip, get vertical, and then that tube ride. Make sure you get in and keep that board pointing up to the top of the wave. Make sure you stay in that tube, pop out the bottom, and then in the free surf, you'll see most guys kicking off that impossible sections because it is heavy, but in competition, you have to do the big hammer on that closeout section to get at least an extra point or so on your ride.
You've been pretty happy with the way your predictions have worked out this week. You'll have a little extra moment just to hone those in. So I'm coming to Jess first. I need a couple of names, men's and women's.
Jordy, you can't go past Jordy in the men's side. And if I was to choose someone else, I'd probably lean towards an Ethan Ewing, thinking about some performances he's had there in the past.
Really going out on a limb there.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay.
Crazy. The women's side, though, you're not going to like it. It's predictable for this one too. But just Gabby's power is unmatched this year. She's just looking so strong. And just the way that she can connect on her rail and lean on it and push as hard as she does, I think Gabby's going to be pretty hard to stop, actually, at J-Bay.
Craig.
Yeah, obviously we're all going Jordy. There's no way we're not going to go with Jordy, yellow jersey. I'm going to give a bit of goofy foot love. I'm going Cole Houshman. I think those big backhand turns are going to be something special out on the walls of J-Bay. Dark horse, Ethan Ewing, of course, is there, the 23 champion. Jake Marshall, let's throw him in there as a wild card. Watch his style out there is going to be beautiful to watch. Women's side, I'm going Katie Simmons. And Erin Brooks, give a bit of backhand love. I think her quick off the top's going to suit that J-Bay wall. And let's not forget about her backhand tube riding. Could be exceptionally special with those fast running tubes.
Cannot wait for that event to kick off. Time now to dive into our top 5 moments from the week here in Ballito. It's been another classic chapter. Let's see exactly what makes our top 5. Well, tubes are pretty good. Lucas Silveira is great. And this was a really significant one.
Yeah, I mean, he found this in the dying stages of the heat as well. Airdropped into it and just travelled really beautifully through it. Found himself a nice exit as well there for Lucas Silveira. So it had to be in the top 5. It was such a big moment in the context of this competition.
And a huge one here for Kiara Gould. That was just a massive turn. She was doing this all contest long, so controlled, and the way she whips that board back to the beach was just exceptionally good.
Yeah, Tia Zabrowski, Kiara Gould really just showed their class in this event. Absolutely tore in. No terms of fear, opponents, status, showing that youthful exuberance, competing brilliantly. And we are looking at the future of surfing, the stars. Look forward to their careers as they play out. Let's talk about perfection, shall we?
Yeah, we got a 10-point ride this event, and it was for that full rotation from Lucas Cassidy. I mean, excellent. It was just so perfect. The way he hit that section, landed without a fumble in sight, and also in the dying stages of the heat. This was in the last 60 seconds, got himself the perfect score of the week, a 10-point ride, and just really set his name on the map. He's one to watch out for.
Nadia Erostarbe, massive turns, and this is really what one of the events. She did this all contest long, just placement, positioning, huge amounts of power spray, and it did get her the title in the end.
Yeah, I loved everything she brought to competition, and so did this guy. I mean, he just had this unmatched rhythm with the ocean for Luke, and he had some big names that he had to take down, but when it came down to the final and doing whatever it took to win, he was that guy who just made it happen. Got himself a 4, which was the score he was looking for in the dying stages. We've had a lot of actually clutch performances this event. It was a lot of heats were won in the last 5 minutes, and supported by the local crowd. This was just a major win for South Africa today, and for Luke.
Yeah, Luke Thompson getting that wave, and he had to surf that left-hander really well. It was a tricky wave. That first turn he placed massive. He backed it up really, through that bump. He did so well to surf for that score. When you actually look at what he needed and what he had to do on that wave, he couldn't have done much more. And, you talk about winning it in the end. He did just that. Low-scoring final, but Luke Thompson getting the win for South Africa, and how proud we are. Yeah, Luke.
Yeah, an epic moment for South Africa. This week overall, Jess, your first time over here. Has it been up to muster? Have you had a good time?
I have had the best week in Ballito. It is one of my new favourite places, and I just think the people, the wave, the community around here as well, it's just been world class, actually, and I've loved everything. I've loved the storylines we've had at the events, and I've also loved working with you guys. It's been okay. It's been all right.
Final thoughts on the week we've had?
It's been a brilliant week. We've had very good waves, very good weather. It's been obviously great fun talking through the heats in the booth, and it's going to be one to beat, especially with the South African taking the men's title. It's a special Ballito Pro 25. We will remember.
It's been fun hanging with you guys. I like your predictions. I don't mind telling you both wrong. I'm going with the goofs. It's going to be Yago, Dora, Caroline Marks for the wins.
I was going to say, you can't get away with not putting your picks in, so I'm glad you threw them in.
Yeah, I just,
Why
went slightly original. Of course, J-Bay coming up on the 11th. That's when we kick off down there at Jeffreys Bay. Absolutely can't wait for that. We'll see you online at worldsurfleague.com. We'll send you out with some highlights from finals day here. A great day for South Africa and for the Basque Country as well. And a great day to be a surfer. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Shot.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.